Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most powerful consumer protection tools which is available in the Indian banking. That is the RBI's Integrated Ombudsman Scheme. Well, first things first, what even is an ombudsman and why should you care? Well, think of an ombudsman as a neutral referee, someone who is officially appointed to investigate and resolve your complaints against banks, NBFCs, or payment system operators without charging you a single rupee. Whether you had an ATM issue or a digital payment failure or a bad banking experience, the ombudsman basically makes sure that your rights as a financial consumer are respected and protected. Without this scheme, it would be time consuming, expensive, and honestly overwhelming for most people to fight these big institutions. Earlier, we had three ombudsman schemes. You had the Banking Ombudsman Scheme of 2006, you had the NBFC Ombudsman Scheme of 2018, and you had the Digital Transactions Ombudsman Scheme of 2019. Now, this created a lot of confusion in public. Which scheme do one use? What if the complaint involved both a bank and a wallet? Now, to fix this, in November 2021, the RBI basically integrated these three schemes into one integrated ombudsman scheme. Now you don't have to figure out which scheme or which office to go to, whether your issue is with a bank or an NBFC or even a digital wallet provider. There's just one platform, one procedure, and zero hassle. Now, coming to what does the scheme cover? Now, all it basically covers all your commercial banks, including your regional rural banks, your NBFCs, right? Except your housing finance companies, then your payment system participants, like your mobile wallets, your UPI apps, and then your credit information companies like CIBIL, etc. Right? So, the idea here is after knowing what all it covers, we have to understand that what are some of the salient features of this scheme. So, one of the salient features is one nation, one ombudsman. That means it is a unified complaint redressal system for all banking and financial grievances. There are no more multiple schemes or confusion. Then it is jurisdiction neutral. That means you can file your complaint from anywhere in India, no matter where your bank branch is located. Then it is also multilingual. That means complaints now are accepted in any Indian language, making the process inclusive as well as accessible for all citizens. Then you have centralized processing at RBI Chandigarh. All complaints are first routed to a dedicated center at RBI's Chandigarh office, ensuring that there's quick and uniform processing. And obviously, there is simplified grounds, which is deficiency in service. You no longer need to fit your complaint into complex categories. Just show that the service provided was faulty or was incomplete. Now, the idea is it serves a great purpose for customers because number one, it's a totally free service. You don't need to know which ombudsman is correct anymore. And obviously, it provides you quicker resolution, right? Now, let me show you how you can file a complaint. Number one, you first try to resolve the matter directly with your bank, NBFC, or your payment provider, right? So you make a complaint there. Then you wait for 30 days for their reply. So you have to wait for 30 days for their reply. If you are unhappy, right? If you're unsatisfied or you do not get any response, then in that case, you can escalate this matter to your ombudsman, right? Then you can lodge your complaint either through the website or through a toll free number, or you can write to the RBI's Chandigarh Processing Center, right? The documents which will be required would be your original complaint as well as communication that you had with the bank, your account details, right, or any of the transaction details, and then your ID as well as address proof, right? The important timelines is once you have, I mean, you can only escalate it to the ombudsman after you've waited for 30 days, right? If you have not gotten a response from the bank, then you have 1 year and 30 days to basically escalate this matter or complain or basically escalate this complaint to the ombudsman, right? Otherwise, if you have gotten the reply but you are unsatisfied with it, then you just have 1 year of time. You have to make that complaint within 1 year of such response. Correct? Now, what all is covered? Your non-credit of deposited funds, your ATM transaction failures, your unauthorized charges, your if there is any delay in your loan disbursement, uh, your digital payment errors, your wrong credit report entries. These are certain areas where if you face any problem, you can reach out to the ombudsman, right, under the integrated ombudsman scheme. However, if there are cases which are already being tried in courts or tribunals, they are not covered under this scheme. The loan approvals or the interest rate decisions are also not covered under this scheme because that is considered to be solely within the discretion of the bank, or any frivolous or vague complaints, right? Then we move on to, now once your complaint is accepted by the ombudsman, the idea is the first thing that the ombudsman attempts to do is basically resolve that complaint through conciliation or mediation. And if it comes to a point, or if that fails, right, if it cannot be sort of resolved through this process of conciliation and mediation, then in that case, they can issue, the ombudsman can issue a detailed speaking order. Now, let's understand what a speaking order is. When the ombudsman tries to mediate and no resolution is reached, they pass what's called a speaking order. Now, this is not just any verdict, it is a reasoned written decision that clearly states what the complaint was, what the facts were found, what laws or rules were applied, and why the ombudsman decided in favor of one party. This ensures that the decision is transparent, fair, as well explained, not just vague or arbitrary. So it also allows both parties, whether it's the customer or the bank, to understand exactly how the outcome was arrived at. For example, if you complained about, let's say, unauthorized charges on your account and the bank failed to justify them, the ombudsman can order a refund and explain why in the speaking order. Now, it is pertinent to note that if your bank fails to participate, then they lose the right to appeal, right? And if you or the bank are not happy or not satisfied with the speaking order, then you can file the appeal with the appellate authority, which is usually the executive director of the RBI. Correct? So that is how a resolution is sort of arrived at uh, in the integrated ombudsman scheme. Now, to wrap up, the integrated ombudsman scheme is basically a game changer. One platform for all complaints, be it banks, NBFCs, wallets, you name it. It's free, fast, accessible from anywhere. You don't need any prior legal knowledge, just your grievance and documents are required, and it holds the financial institutions accountable. Correct? So, that is the summary of the integrated ombudsman scheme. The idea is at iExamB, we follow a very structured approach. We start from basic, the moderate, and finally high level classes. So, this ensures that no matter what your background is, you can build up your knowledge step by step. It's designed to save your time, avoid confusion, and help you prepare 50% faster with complete conceptual clarity. So, if you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more such videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.